Okay, here we are. We've got another flip. So what we've got here is a 2012 Ford Fusion Hybrid. You guys don't know, because I haven't been posting a lot of flipping content, but I do love me a Ford Fusion Hybrid. These things are fantastic cars. Get a close-up on all sides of it. The interior. Yeah. Pull out the back seat. I'll show you how much we paid. Right. So here you go. That is how much we paid for this car. All right. So this car doesn't have any check engine lights or anything like that on. So far, that all seems to work. The tires are good on the rear, and on the front, they're okay. So we don't need to do tires. Let me get a list going here. So to further simplify this for y'all, what we're going to do is we're going to make a to-do list. So first thing we need to do is we need to service the engine. The oil doesn't look bad, but I change the oil in all of my cars that I flip. So we'll change the oil. Hybrid coolant looks good. The normal engine coolant looks good. I don't know if you can see down in there, but it's got coolant, so fluids are good. We'll put some washer fluid in there. Yeah, so a little bit of background on this car. This was purchased from GovDeals. So this car did belong to a city. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip it. So there's not much profit margin in it as we speak, but it's fairly good. It's just dirty. I mean, it's got literally a whole stick in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to, do a good service on it. We're going to remove some things. I'll show you. Since this car did belong to a city, it's got like a walkie-talkie holder or something on the center console. And then also the antenna for the radio is mounted to this bracket. So we're going to go through and kind of remove things like this. We're going to see if I can't do something about this horrendous tint on the back. We might just have to remove it. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to remove that because the bubbling is horrendous. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and get started making this list. So I'm going to write down oil change, remove some of those brackets that are on the car, and yeah. So here's our list that we're going to do. Also, shout out to Premier for these little pads. But anyway, if you need used car parts, shout out them. We're going to do oil change, remove those weird bracket things. Hybrid reset, I don't think I touched on that. So the hybrid reset on these cars is they are age locked, essentially. So what happens is after the car reaches a certain age, it disables the use of the hybrid drive. Because the way these are supposed to work is these are obviously not a plug-in or anything. It's just a normal, typical hybrid Synergy drive. And the hybrid system in these is actually kind of copied or borrowed from Toyota. So it's kind of got the same situation. Like when you need gas assist, the engine will come on and boost you. But what's supposed to happen is, like, if you're lightly accelerating up to, I think, like 40 or 45 is when it'll switch to gas engine. It's supposed to be running on electric. But on this car, as soon as you hit the gas pedal, it switches over to the gasoline engine, which is fine. It'll run like that. And they were designed to once they reach a certain age. But Ford installed like a software block once the batteries got to be a certain age to kind of like prevent anything bad from happening, but it's been known that these batteries will last a long time in these cars, especially this one. It's only got, let's see. So it's only got 110,000 miles. So the battery is fine in this car, essentially, is what I'm trying to get at. The battery's okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to connect with Forscan, and we're going to trick the car into thinking that the battery is younger than it is, because all it is literally just a timer. So we'll lower the amount of years, so that way it will actually use the hybrid system and get the full amount of fuel efficiency out of this car as you can, because as it sits, it doesn't really go over 30 miles per gallon, but these cars are well capable of getting up to 40. I know that for sure. The first thing on the list, I think, is to get that oil change taken care of. I think that this is going to be kind of the order we go about things, and obviously if anything else pops up, we'll take care of that. So let's go ahead and get this car lifted up and get the oil change done. The car calls for 5 quarts of 520. This one's a partial one, so what we'll do is we'll use half and half. So you can see this one's got like just shy of 3 quarts, like just a little bit. So we'll take 2 of these and we'll get some oil put in this car. Calls for 520, and then somebody has wrote 5 quarts, 5.5, what it says there. I don't really go off that ever, so since this was a fleet car, obviously they've wrote down stuff like that. And then I should have an oil filter for this. I had this oil filter lying around forever, but I think it's the right one. It's a 5348. Yeah, okay. That's the right filter. So I have an oil filter for this, just sitting here. I have another oil filter. This is a 57502, but I can use this one. Let's go ahead and get it changed. So this is when Ford started switching to like covers, and these covers are kind of messed up a little bit. I don't know why. Yeah, they're just kind of bent, but we'll remove the oil filter cover and then the oil drain cover as well. So we successfully got those covers off. You can see now, oh, they used a Wix filter as well, and as I confirm, it is a 51348. And that looks like maybe a 14. So let's go ahead and get our stuff. All right, so it was actually a 15. I forget on these. So we're gonna go ahead and crack that loose. A little bit more. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and move this right up in here. And we're gonna this is going to get oil all over me. I already know it. These are bad because the holes are not big enough to pull your hand out of. Minimal. All right. We got our drain plug with the rubber gasket. Not too bad on the oil. Yeah. So while we got that drain in, we'll go ahead and take a look at our suspension here. Make sure everything is good to go. We'll just do a quick visual, and stuff look good. Everything looks good. CV boots look okay. You can see actually up in here that we don't have any leaks or anything. It looks nice and dry actually. And up there looks good. This is an Arkansas car, so I don't really expect any rust. I mean, a little bit on the exhaust. Somebody put a clamp here. That'll be fine. Our hybrid cables look okay. None of them are damaged going back. That's important. Up here, everything looks okay. Just like surface rust on everything. No rotted holes or anything. We have our evap system. Yeah, it all looks decent. That one looks, the bump stop on that It's a little torn, but I think that's okay. You can see it's been sitting. There's a spider web in there. But it doesn't look that bad. Let's check out the brakes, because the brakes did feel a little rough. Yeah. You know, the rotors don't look terrible. They look kind of bad, but I think it's just from sitting. They're not catching or anything or dragging. Yeah. I think this will do nicely. Oh, let's move this oil thingy up here a little bit. Catch that. Don't want that one on the floor. All right. So yeah, just a quick glance over everything. Car looks great underneath. Got like some minor stuff going on, but it is, 13 years old at this point. Again, you northern people are going to start crying. This is a Fusion rocker that is just solid as can be. Again, this car is from Arkansas, so not bad, not bad. We here in southern Missouri don't get a super bad amount of rust. I mean, it does snow and they salt the roads, so, but not very much of the year. So as long as you, that's just dirt. As long as you keep the undercarriage clean, you won't really have any rusty problems. And I do think that if you go up towards St. Louis, though, you will start to see like these areas get rotted out. But look at that. That is just solid OEM chip guard and everything. Beautiful. Finally got that filter off. Wow. Whoever put that on there, I mean, they really torqued it down. I don't know if you can see. Look at that thing. Holy crap. That thing was on there tight. Okay, there we go. She's got the new filter installed. We'll date 7, 10, and 25. Something like that. There we go. Okay. Good. And I already brake cleaned that side, so we're good. There we go. Just to prove to everybody, I put all the bolts back in. I did. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. All right, so online it says 5.3 quarts, so we're just gonna go with a little bit more than 5 and then see where she's at. See if I can get this on camera. Ooh, sketchy, sketchy. There we go. We're gonna fill it up. Fill it up with oil. Yes, before anyone flames me, I am using Walmart oil. Trust me, it's fine. It's full synthetic. I get the high mileage just for maybe some added additives. But yeah, it's fine. It'll work. So I did the 3-quart jug, and then I went down to 3. And did a little bit past 3. So we're gonna check the level and see where it's at. All right, don't know if you can see that or not, but we're right at the top dot. A little above, actually. So once we get the engine running, should go down to around the top dot. But it's a little bit over right now. But we did put a new filter on and everything, and that will soak up some oil and fill the system up. So that way it's not overfilled. But you wanna overfill it slightly. So got the oil cap put back on, everything, dipstick. We're going to give this car a start, and we're going to see what the oil level is. So if you don't know how these hybrids work, you just start the car, just like that, and the engine won't actually come on. It will be in, here, let me turn that off. It will be in hybrid mode, so EV. To get it to come on, what you got to do is just tap the gas with your foot. There we go. So now the engine is running. You can see it'll switch over. And give it a second. It's actually wanting to charge the battery. There it goes. goes back to EV. All right, that's fine. So we'll shut the car off, take the key out, and we'll go check the oil again. Perfect, so oil change done. I checked it, it's good. We're good to go. Got the windshield wiper fluid filled up. So we can mark that off the list. Next is those bracket pieces. Okay, so it looks to me like they removed the wire for the antenna for some reason and left a piece of it, but they essentially self-tapered those in. So I'm gonna try to back them out with a screwdriver and we'll see what happens. So those actually came out pretty easy. That one was easy anyway, and so did the bracket for that. Yeah. So yeah, that was easy. Just a long Phillips head. Those came out. So what we're gonna do to pull this little bracket off is we have to remove the silver surround for the radio. And the way to get to that, there's two top bolts behind here. So you open this, remove the like little rubber insert that goes in there. There's a bolt here and a bolt here. They're 8s, and then you put your finger like in here and you just very carefully pull towards you, like out. And then we can actually leave all this in place. What I do is I just close that and then just kind of rotate this around just to get it out of the way. And we can actually get to our bolts to get the radio out. I got these 2 bolts out. Now, very carefully, I'm just gonna pull, and this will come down, and then we should, in theory, be able to work this out. I think there might be screws or something at the bottom. I don't know. Here's what I'm gonna do though. I'm gonna bend this bracket in, get a little screwdriver, pull this back, and come in and undo the little Phillips head screws. Let's see if I can show that. It's really dark, I'm sorry. So there's the screw down here. So you can get to the bottom one, which is already loose. It's kind of pulled out. And the top one, remove those. It's kind of hard because it's at such an angle. Let's see if I can't just fish them out now. Yeah. So there we go. It's out, and then there's this little wire that runs down with it. But I don't think it is connected to something. Okay. Well, let's see. I think that's a ground. So, yeah. So what I did is I just snapped the wire off and just tucked it back in there because it's just a ground cable. And then I popped this radio back in. Just like so. It's gonna kind of stick out because the wire down here, but that's okay. And I'll put the bolts back in. These two are 7s. I don't know if that matters because y'all probably won't be watching this to like learn how to do this, because this is kind of a turn the hazards on. There we go. Pop that back into place. These things are always a little jank. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, especially if it's like warm and the plastic is you have to like kind of push. Push and then kind of pull. And I'll put the 2 screws back up in here. These are 8s. 2 8s that go down in these holes. Tighten them up. There we go. So, got that little rubber piece put back in. You like push it? I don't know. These things get so janky because they're right on the dash in the sun. There we go. It works sometimes. The plastic gets warm from the windshield, obviously, and then they kind of get sticky. But yeah. So remove brackets is crossed off. Now we're gonna do that hybrid reset, and I'll show you how to do that, but I might have to get a different computer, so we'll see. All right, so here's what you do. Let me close out some tabs here. So you go to forscan.org/download/.html. There'll be a link in the description if you want it. You click here, it'll download the actual software. I already have it installed, so I'm not gonna do that. You want to click Get Free Extended License, and you want to fill this out. So once you have the software downloaded, you go here, and you can click down here at the steering wheel. You'll have a hardware ID here. So what you'll do is you'll copy to clipboard. Once you copy your hardware ID to clipboard, you want to come over here to this page. So again, how you get here, go to forscan.org, click products right here. You get to this page, download from this top link, and get free extended license here. And then it'll bring you to this page. So you fill out your info and then put your hardware ID in here. So I'll go ahead and fill that out and then click submit, and I'll get back to you. So once you click submit, you will see this. So it says it takes usually around 30 minutes. And so wait 30 minutes and then refresh this page to get your key. All right, so it was successfully generated. It only took, I don't know, 38 minutes, so like maybe 15 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and click the link and click download extended key, and it downloads here. And we're going to load license key. Click load license key, find the thing. So you have to go to your downloads directory up here, but Forscan license 1 is the one we just had. I've done this before, so it's the second one. You'll only have one. And click OK. Yes. So now when you come here, it says I have a license registered to me, valid until September. So they give you 2 months for free. And now, since this is a desktop computer, we're gonna move it over to the car because I don't have a laptop. So yeah, I'll be right back. I also forgot that you need a adapter. So this is an Amazon adapter, the V-Linker FS. It's essentially just an ELM connector. It's just a USB to OBD adapter. Any ELM adapter will work. I got this one because it says it's made for Forscan. So this looks a little barbaric, but it's what works for me. So I've got the trusty Dell moved over here. We're gonna go ahead and open up Forscan here. All right, so what you wanna do is connect your cable to your computer, to the OBD port, and we're gonna go ahead and cycle the key to the accessory position. There we go, in accessory mode. Now we're gonna come to the computer here. We've got Forscan pulled up. So we're gonna hit the connect to car button. So ignition key is on. Yep, okay. Adapter is not optimized. Yeah, okay. So now we're gonna select vehicle. We're Ford Fusion 2012 model year, okay. No, does not have factory navigation. So there we go. It says found the BECM. Found. We're gonna give it a minute to. It has a little status bar telling you what to do, and you gotta wait for this to be done. So it's gonna have some codes because the battery was completely dead in this car when I got it. I can see a couple U codes. Would you like to save profile? Yes. All right, so now it says ready. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to configuration and programming, and we're gonna look for BECM here. We're gonna run service procedures. So there we go. So configure battery age. We're gonna come in here, edit selected. It says incorrect value or not configured. We're gonna go ahead and set it to 1 and hit check mark, and then we're gonna hit write. Yes. It's gonna write. Okay, blocks program successfully. Please cycle ignition off, then back on. So we'll go over to the car. So cycle ignition off, then back on. Click OK. And now it looks like we are done. You can see our battery age now says 1. So that's what we want. Close out. All right, now let's go in the car and test drive it and see if... Okay, so now the car is running. We're gonna put it in gear. And as soon as I'd hit the gas before, it would... Oh yeah. So we're actually driving in EV mode now, which is great. So before, as soon as you would hit the gas, it would just go straight into gasoline engine. But we want it to run on electric. So we're gonna pull out onto the road here. And it should switch back to gasoline if you give it, if you like are too hard on the throttle. Or you reach like around 40 miles an hour, it should come out of EV mode. Crest the corner here. Let's try to get to that speed. There we go, the engine kicked on. It went back into EV mode. Cool. Turn around on the road and keep trying to drive. So we're still in electric. There is a hill here, kinda. So I'm gonna force it to go into gas. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So now it's in EV mode, going about 40. And then once you hit a certain speed, it kicks the motor back on no matter what. But cruising around, it should stay in EV mode, like in town or during light driving while going like 40. And I can kind of accelerate back up here. Hit a bump. See what it does around a corner. Yeah, there we go. So it's working so much better than before. I'll just tell you that. Before, most of this would be gasoline drive, none of it would be hybrid. So like all of the accelerating and stuff that I'm doing, it would just kick the engine on immediately pretty much before. So this is great. We like this. Then we got a big hill coming up, so it should switch over into gasoline mode. There we go. Fairly smooth. We come off the hill, goes right back into EV. That is how this system should work, because we got EV mode functioning again. So there we go. Stayed in EV mode the whole time, and we're good. On that, let's see, how many miles was that? On that 2.4 mile trip, the engine didn't even get hot. Look at this. Ready to drive, yeah, here. There we go. The engine didn't even get warm. Barely above the cold line. It ran electric for most of the 2.4 miles that we just drove. So cool. So that's how you restore it to functioning as a hybrid as it should. All right, so hybrid reset is complete. Now we got a clean car, state inspection the car, and then list the car for sale. So fortunately, I'm not going to be able to get to those things today. It's almost time for me to go home. And tomorrow, I'm going to St. Louis to pick up another Ford Fusion hybrid. This one's a 2015, and I might or might not make a video on it. Depends on how the car is. If it's like messed up, then I probably won't make a video on it. Well, I might. I bought it from Manheim, St. Louis. It maybe doesn't run, maybe does. I don't know. It was sold in op lane, but it says it runs and drives. So I'm gonna go pick that up. Hopefully it doesn't have the bearing issue with the transmission. The newer ones, like 2013 through 18 or 17, I think it's like 13 through 17, those 4 years, had the bearing issue real bad with the transmission. So I'm hoping that it's not that, but it's only got 120 something. I think it's got 121,000 miles. So we're gonna see how that goes. Yeah, for you guys will see this video all put together at the end, but that'll probably be a few days from now. And I have to get it in for state inspection, which can take some time. For anyone who lives in Missouri, you know the struggle of trying to find someone who is willing to inspect your car. It can be a pain. So yeah, we'll figure that out. Removing the window tint here very slowly with the steam. So there's our result. Hour and a half later, after using the steam, chemicals, all sorts of crap to get that adhesive off. But yeah, so now you can actually see through the window, and we're just going and we're cleaning off the door panels, the dash, you know, everywhere that is plastic in the interior. I like to go through and do this first. Okay, and then hit it with your steamer. So purge the water and get some steam in there. Make sure you get steam. Just steam all of the rubber pieces. Steam the hard plastics. Steam everything, just to break up that dirt. Okay, then come in with a rag, give the door a quick wipe down. Make sure you get all of the water, or as most as you can. slide the door down. Get all the water out of the door handles. Okay, now get your compressed air, and we're going to dry it. That's a lot of water still in there under the cover. Let's go ahead and soak it up. There we go. Clean door panel. Okay, so another thing when you're cleaning a car is, see all this? That's all just dust from dirt roads. You know, you've got dirty jams. If you clean all this up, and it's not hard, I mean, all you got to do is this. You just got to shoot it with the steamer and give it a good wipe. But I mean, just doing that will set your car apart from most of the others when you go to sell it. It'll bring back a nice new look to your vehicle. Alright, so got the seats extracted, plastic floor mats are in. This is what we're looking like. So now we're going to put a fan up. I'll show you how I do this. Get yourself a fan, just like this, and just point it inside the window, like so. Have the driver's side window open and the rear passenger side. And I mean, I really won't be able to demonstrate. Here, look. It moves a lot of air through the car. That way, you know, your seats will dry quicker. So, like overnight, they'll be dry. So yeah, that's how you do it after you extract the seats. Set up a fan to dry everything inside the car. Just like that. And then the next day, we'll start washing the engine bay and the exterior. Okay, so I figured some of you might want to see this. There you go. Alright, so it's the next day. Windows are all fogged up, but the interior is clean. Seats are dry. Take a look in the back. So they're not super perfect, but the majority of staining is gone, which is nice. So we got plastic in the floor. All that good to go. We're gonna wash the exterior now. Grab our pressure washer. Extend the hose all the way out. Okay, so we're gonna grab our soapy water and we're gonna go from the top down. Alright, so here's a little before on the engine bay. I did the roof of the car already. I forgot. I always want to start with the engine bay because this crud will get all over the fenders and whatnot, and you want to clean it out before anything else. So yeah, I'm gonna spray some degreaser, get this all washed out, and I'll be right back. All right, so here's a little shot of after. Got that all cleaned up. I mean, you can see the difference. Much better. Okay, so we got the car cleaned up. It's looking real nice. It's still a little wet, so you guys can kind of see what we got going over here. It looks decent. Looks decent, you know. It's got, you know, some light dents, probably hail. The roof isn't too bad. It's got some minor hail damage. The trunks have got some bigger dents. You can see it's got some dents in it, but it's not bad. Nothing crazy, nothing major. So what we're gonna do is, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll try to show you here. You can see these areas here are like scuffed on the door. I'm gonna try to buff those out now just to see if they'll come out. So there you go. Spots came out flawlessly. I just used a glob of the 3M Perfect It rubbing compound and a foam pad, and you can see that cleaned up instantly. So I'm just gonna go around the car and spot polish any spots that are scuffed or look a little rough, like on this edge here. It's got a little bit of scuffing, so just gonna go around and hit spots like that. Okay, so just went around and, you know, did my thing. Got her shined up in the places where she needs shined up. Check out this trunk. There's a lot of scratches in it, probably from them setting objects on it. I was able to get most of the scratching to where it's not as visible. I mean, you can still see some, you know, it's not great, but it's not terrible either. All right. Yeah. So I'd say that pretty much completes the cleaning part. So we're gonna get that marked off. Okay, we'll mark that off. Next is state inspection, which I probably can't film, but we'll get it in inspection, and then I'll get back to you once we're gonna list it. All right, so I went ahead and got the pictures taken now because I called just now, and they can't get me until next week. It's currently a Thursday, so I don't have my inspection until Tuesday. So I went ahead and took the photos now. That'll be in this video. Damn, this video's taking a long time to make. Anyway, yeah, so took the photos now for Marketplace because I just put tire shine and it's clean right now. I parked it inside because we've been having a lot of rain recently, but yeah, so take them sooner than later. That way we have good pictures of the car when it's clean, and that way we can post it. I think I tried to get a screen recording of taking the pictures. We'll see if that turned out. All right, as you can see, no defects were listed, and we've got our inspection pass slip. All right, so the car is now sold, and that is what we sold it for. We'll cut to the profit. Okay, so you can see what we paid for it here. We did an oil change, an inspection. So this is around what we had into it, and some change. and then we sold it for $5,500, and so our profit is $1,190 on the blue Ford Fusion Hybrid.